Ever thought of waking up early and starting your day with a good morning routine? Ever wanted to find the discipline to work out every day of your life and get the summer body you always dreamed of? Well, then I would say stop hoping that the results will be there right in front of you in no matter of time. Our human instinct seeks for instant gratification, so we try to lose weight or we try to learn a language. Yo bebo, tu bebes, el bebé. But after a while, we give up. We give up because we don't see any changes, we don't see any results. And that's when this book comes into place. Atomic Habits from James Clear. But is this book really a life-changing book as many people claim? Let's find out. James Clear writes in his book about making small changes and building routines and habits that improve ourselves every day. He says that we need to focus more on the process instead of the results because we tend to focus more on what we want to achieve, which is an outcome-based way of looking at habits. So what we should do instead is building habits that are identity-based. It gives us an example of who we want to become. So for example, we want to be skinny. So we follow a strict diet, but the thought of being skinny is outcome-based. So instead we should see ourselves as a healthy person, which is identity-based. So now every time you go to the fridge and you want to grab a snack, you should ask yourself, would a healthy person eat this? Would a healthy person do this? Does your desired identity line up with your actions? That's the question. For me, the identity change was seeing myself as a creative. And once I saw myself as someone who creates, I started creating videos on a regular basis. And now I work on video projects every single day. Identity change goes hand in hand with behavioral change. So James Clear talks about the 4 laws of behavior change that we can use to build good habits and break the bad ones. So what are those 4 laws? First of all, one habit you want to implement in your life needs to be obvious. It needs to be effortless to do. It should be something that we don't need to think about actively. So, for example, when you want to eat healthier, instead of keeping all your fruits in the fridge, you could start with putting them right on the counter of the kitchen. So every time you walk in there, you see them laying right in front of you. So your brain doesn't need to think actively, oh right, I should eat some fruit today. And if you want to get rid of a bad habit, you should do the opposite. So you should make it invisible. In this case, you could hide all your sweets and all your candies somewhere so you don't see them laying around. The second law is making a habit more attractive. For example, you want to write a paper, or you need to write a script for a video, listen to your favorite music, or take your favorite drink with you, or eat your favorite snack. Those little things will make it way more attractive to do that one habit you need to do. When a habit isn't attractive, chances are you won't stick to that habit. And as you already guessed it, to break a bad habit, you should make it unattractive. For example, every time you find yourself scrolling to Instagram or wasting time on your phone, you could change the settings to grayscale, which makes it way more unattractive to look at your phone because it's boring as hell. The next law of behavior change is making it easy. So we need to write that paper. But therefore we need our laptop, which is in its laptop case. And that laptop case is in our backpack. And that backpack is upstairs in our room. And we also need a notebook, but it's somewhere downstairs. Really don't know where it is. So I first need to find that notebook. As you hear, there is a lot of friction going on before we can actually start working on that paper. So what we should do instead is the evening before, just set up your workstation, and the next morning when you want to start, you just go to your desk, open up your laptop and start writing. Easy as that. So change your environment if necessary to make it as easy as possible. And also the other way around, if you want to break a bad habit, you should make it difficult. So you want to stop eating unhealthy, just don't buy any sweets or snacks anymore. If you don't have any snacks laying around, you can eat any. The difficult thing about building habits is that it takes time. But we seek for instant gratification and we want results as soon as possible. So what James Clear suggests in his book is that we make a habit satisfying. We need to find a way to look forward to doing those habits, to feel good after we've done them. So how to make a boring task more satisfying. For example, we want to go for a run every morning. So what we can do to make it more satisfying is track our growth in a journal so that you can see that you've made progress, and this will give you a boost of motivation to go for a run the next morning as well. When you want to get rid of bad habits, just make them unsatisfying. For example, when you want to stop binging Netflix all the time, you could make a deal with your sister, your friends, or your mom that every time you watch more than 2 episodes of a series, you have to give them $50. So, now the big question of this video. Is this book a life-changing book and should you read it? The answer is no, or in some cases. The reason why I don't think this book is necessarily a life-changing book is because I strongly believe you make all the changes by yourself. A book is not going to do that for you. You have to be disciplined and apply the tips and tricks James Clear talks about in his book. You have to be patient and give the habits some time to form. But I would definitely recommend this book for everyone who's struggling with building good habits, or if you just want to read a good book, I really would recommend this one. So I will leave a link in the description down below if you're interested, so go check it out. But if you really want to be the best version of yourself, also go check out my previous videos on productivity, where I give you tips about how to stop procrastinating. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Comment down below if you want me to discuss a certain topic. And remember, all great things come from small beginnings. See ya!